Say that again. Say it to my fucking face.
Why, I said, forsooth, yonder doth the boner call.
And what does that mean?
I think it means like, hey, look over there, there's a boner screaming.
You want me in the mood to eat
What?
a new episode of What's New Play 2 podcast, episode 75.
I've been in the mood for ass, but okay.
It's the same thing.
That's not true. Someone put a lot more time and effort into ass.
There you go. There you go. Anyway. Wow. Hello. Nothing's happened, as of this week. So, like always, we're going to just talk about very little things. Except, we'll start off with the first one. Fire Emblem, of course.
Of very little things. Look at this fucking Sandshrew sitting cutie. They made Pokemon sitting cuties. These were the things I was talking about. It's super cute.
Oh, but probably like $70?
No, it's like $10.
Oh, okay. That's actually a lot more fair than I thought.
There's like $11, and they have.
I'm used to Square Enix charging for their fucking plushes for like $76. It is abhorrently bad.
That's fair, but see, Quilava's like $11. They have all the way up to Gen 3.
Quilava? I'm shocked Quilava.
I think they have all the way up to Gen 3.
All right. So then you know who I'm gonna ask for next.
Yeah.
Okay. Good boy.
I'm looking for him. Pull him up. Mudkip. Let's see. The sitting one is sold out.
Oh, that must be what it looks like.
Ah! He's sitting.
He's so cute!
Yeah, right? And then they have like a lot of the ones they have don't actually fucking sit, but at the same time they're really cute. Like,
yeah.
I really like the Beedrill one.
Wait, how does Beedrill sit?
Oh, he doesn't.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. It's a weird idea.
That Big Digby. I think that was like one of the funniest things Smosh has done. This Big Digby.
Mm-hmm.
Look, there he is. He's just standing there menacingly.
With his big dick.
With his big dick out.
Yeah. So, Fire Emblem Heroes. We got our first batch of summer units.
Oh wait, I have to show you how.
Do you want to tell them my reaction to the silhouettes?
So he saw the silhouettes and immediately was his erection came up to me and said, "That's Caspar. That right there. That one's Caspar. I can tell. That's Caspar. I can smell it. I can smell him." And I said, "Oh, and that one looks like Ash." And he said, "I don't think that one looks like Ash. I don't think they're gonna do two boys." I said, "No, that one's got a hoodie. It's Ash." But he's like, "But that one's Caspar. That one's Caspar." We got off the topic of Caspar for about 0.3 seconds after the silhouette was shown. But as soon as we got off, we went right back onto that silhouette being Caspar.
It was his hair, and then the next day, it was him, and then he's the 4-star.
Look at how fluffy Arcanine's is.
Holy shit, that's a fluff boy.
Right?
So, oh my god, but, yeah, so Caspar's down in the game as a summer unit. He's fucking perfect looking.
He's a 4-star, so he's having an easy time getting him to the max.
He's
10.
at +3 right now, and I got 3 more 4 stars of him in the barracks. And Ash is also in the banner, because Jay was right. I also got him. He's really cute. And Hilda and Marianne got another ult already.
Listen, I get that.
No, I know. And Mercedes got an ult.
I got that one, too.
I got everyone in that banner now except for her. I'm not going for her.
I have everyone except for Ash. I like Ash more than
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
But Mercedes got the titties.
I wasn't even going for Mercedes.
Oh, I got you.
There was only red and blue, and I said, fuck it, I can get, who the hell did I?
Lean?
No, it wasn't Lean. It was it?
In that set banner, or just like a random character?
Just a random red character.
Ike?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because I still always pray to God whenever I get another 4-star, special whatever, I always hope it's Alm, because he's at +6 right now. But I keep getting fucking Zelgius. I'm like, why? That's such a weird choice to give me, game. And the worst part is he doesn't even have good fodder anymore. I was waiting, he's gonna do it. Yep. Yeah, and Leonie is the free unit.
Quick context, I have 2 little figures of characters from Genshin Impact, and I made one of them jump on top of the other one and start pouncing on him.
Oh, God. So, yeah. like overall,
Good banner.
it's a good banner, but like yes, it's also like there's a lot of fucking Three Houses representation as of like so much, and I get it. It's tired out. It's been milked a lot already, and you know, uh, if it, especially if it, yes, obviously if it wasn't Caspar being in that banner, let alone 4-star, I'd be pissed off and annoyed and tired of it, like everyone else probably. Um, but
I don't necessarily mind the amount of Three Houses. I mind the amount of Edelgard.
well, that's what I'm saying though, because most of the time when the new Three Houses banner comes out, it's always either it'll be like new units, or it's just more Edelgards. But it's just the issue was, especially like with this, is that there's just so many Three Houses banners in a row.
Yeah.
Like we just um
Well, it's like how there's so many Awakening characters. Or like
well
how there
exactly.
was so many Fates characters.
I feel like Fate's characters we have not had like a banner with them or a lot of them.
That's because no one likes the Fates characters. They just think they do. People like incest. They don't like Fates. They like incest. They're just not willing to admit that to themselves.
So it's just interesting to see. Like I really still hope. I mean, another thing about though, I mean, I haven't checked the calendar for heroes, but we should be getting a new heroes banner for the main pool, I think, relatively soon.
Yo, I can't wait for it to be another fucking Camilla.
No, I think Fates already had their new hero banner for the year.
Yo, I can't wait for another fucking Camilla.
What you do?
Although I guess I'm glad to say that we're past the age of Camilla.
Oh, we most definitely are past the age of Camilla. Now it's Edelgard.
Yeah, we're into the age of Edelgard. The age old.
We're in the Edelgard. We're in the end.
We're in the end game.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the upon with them. Like, shit. Are we not? Wow. Wait.
What?
I'm just seeing like the new banners. Like the upcoming banners. Oh, we might not be getting a new hero banner.
Oh, is it
for a while?
Is it just not planned?
At least they're not showing it. No, it's just the just banners of the past summer banners coming out again, which I will say I feel bad for Gaius because he definitely would have been worked on, but Caspar.
I'm certain he'll forgive you.
We got another legendary hero coming out on the 30th. Yeah, we're going to get then the second summer banner on July 7th. So, let's hope it's not Three Houses banners in a row.
Bro, July 7th. That's the birthday of both my sister and the VTuber that started it all. And I only know that because God, what the hell was I watching? I was watching some video where someone brought it up. That fucking, the one who was on the porn site. The purple-haired one that was on the porn site.
Purple hair what?
Fucking VTuber.
I don't fucking know the VTubers.
I don't know their names either. All I know is the purple one that was on the porn site, her birthday is the same as my sister's, and I only know that because I was watching someone else's video, and they brought it up.
Oh, okay.
So, long story short, lots of shit's happening on that day.
Interesting. Sorry, very thrown up by that.
This is a fidget spinner.
So yeah, obviously, I salivate with Caspar's summer ult.
Oh, he salivates alright.
And I'm happy he's in Heroes as that. Obviously, yes, a lot of Three Houses banners as of late. As now usual, but otherwise, I'm happy. So yeah, that's all I have for that.
They put good titty in the game.
Two times.
So, I'm fine with what they've done.
So,
yeah. I can live with their sins.
I mean, I live with my sins too.
Because I can feel that your sins crawling on your back.
I got both Ash and Caspar, and now I can Anyway,
Now I can. You know what? Don't say that. Don't admit to that.
don't admit to that. So, do we want to talk about
John McAfee?
Actually, you know what we want? You know what we should talk about? Because we can talk about two things. Because it will go into the other subject. We didn't talk about finishing Horimiya recently.
Oh, that's right. We did finish Horimiya recently,
and we never talked about it on the the whole as a quote unquote review of it.
Oh, hell yeah. Horimiya was a homosexual love story that someone along the line said, "What are you doing? We're not going to be able to sell this if you write it homosexual." And so they made one. So they threw in a girl, and they said, "Okay, fine, Jesus."
But straight up, like everyone else, when this show was announced to get an anime adaptation, all the manga readers were so fucking hyped, and they just came out of the floodgates, being like, "Oh my god, everyone should watch it. It's so good and whatnot." And
that was me when fucking My Youth became an anime. I was like, "Yo, what? This is awesome. The main character's a fucking school shooter, and it's hilarious." And then the main character, I remember I was like, yeah, the main character's a school shooter, and I didn't think you read the first volume, and you're like, wow, yeah, he's a school shooter.
No, I just watched the show.
Right.
I watched the first 2 seasons.
Yes. Well.
Yeah.
No, I meant I don't think there's gonna be a 4th season.
Yeah, but there's 3 seasons.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, you watched it and you're like, no, you're right. I see what you mean.
I totally see what you mean. The only thing that threw me off was when season 1 went to season 2 and they changed animation studios. I'm like, whoa.
Fucking love Hachi, man.
Yeah.
He's probably my favorite, and the example I would give for how to make a shithead main character who doesn't want to be where he is currently and doesn't want to hang out with the people he is currently hanging out with.
Mm-hmm. So let's get back on track with Horimiya.
Oh, yeah.
You went off a little tangent on.
Listen.
Which I totally understand.
Yeah, no. I will go off on My Youth tangents. That's a show worth tangenting for. But yeah, Horimiya. Fucking phenomenal. Really good and really cute, and it really did, for the most part, cut at the fucking chase. Yeah, honestly, it cut out so much fat and so much bullshit. It was alright, first 3 episodes, okay, build out the relationship a bit, be okay, do we like each other? Yeah, we do. Alright, let's slowly try to get on with it. The show didn't pussyfoot around. The characters just talk to each other. And then they were eventually alright, you know what? We'll now get on with it and have a more natural let's go out. Yeah. Okay. And then they do. And you see it. And it's not just the basic over blush being he touched my hand. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? And people acted like people. Fucking people. They literally went over each other's houses. Oh, fucking Izumi was really good with her little brother. That was a cute little thing going on. And then her whole family liked him. That's a fucking normal, natural, progression. And, and then obviously then they're alright, let's have Toru and whatnot get together with the other main girl because, alright, makes sense. They want to do that. I like that they didn't have the fact that Toru liked Hori, but then Hori didn't like him, and she liked Miyamura. And that they didn't have that bit where Toru and Miyamura had beef over it. They had a little thing, but but the thing was, he was obviously he was hurt about it, but he didn't have a thing over it. He just said, "Oh, congrats, man," and then he was hurt. No, that was beforehand. Oh, right. But either way though, when it happened and everything, he didn't that wasn't his whole personality for the rest of the show. No, he wasn't he bitter about it. He got over it. He was happy for his friends. Exactly, and he got over it, which is the whole fucking what you need to do. And I feel not enough shows, especially in anime, don't do that. They just play on the one thing. And they just keep it going. Yeah, they won't let the they won't let the character actually get over it They won't
And-
let life progress until the end of the like until the last episode.
And even then, they probably won't. They'll like, all right, this is their character trait now, and that's it.
yeah,
So I definitely appreciate and liked how it just like did that.
Yeah.
And even then, like when they eventually like went out, like it was like, besides it was cute, it was just like all natural, and like 90% of like all the characters like main like relationships were all like genuine, like wholesome, and like obviously with Hori's fucking later on her developed that BDS
masochism.
was just fucking out of nowhere, but so fucking good.
It was really, really good. How she just randomly is like, I want you to start hitting me.
And yell at me.
Yeah. Beat me.
Put the pants on.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? Sure. Please don't make me do this again.
I love the bit where, like, she beats the shit out of the people who bullied him.
Yep.
And then he slaps her, and they're like, wait, so are we below him on the hierarchy now?
Which is, honestly...
It's really funny.
It was, overall, it was like a really funny, wholesome show, and I really wish it was not 13 episodes.
Yeah,
mainly because I just want more.
I can agree.
Even though, like,
it wraps up nicely.
It does wrap up nicely enough to where, like, you could get a season 2 out of it, I feel like, but you don't have to.
Yeah, like, it's a satisfying conclusion, but I do want more.
Yeah. Which, I mean, they definitely could have more, because there was still stuff in, like, the manga that hasn't been done in the anime. Well, like, overall, though, like, I'm still happy with the package overall.
We need season 2. We didn't get a beach episode.
Which, let's mention that. I am genuinely shocked that we had no beach episode. And, like, we really had no fan service of, like, having like, the girls get changed and, like, show, like, some, like, boobage. Or,
honestly,
like,
yeah, I don't recall, like...
And no panty, no, like, abhorrent panty shots. And, like, yeah, Izumi, like, do, like, his tattoo thing, but that was it. It wasn't, like, oh, look at my very basic body and nothing else.
Even, like...
They didn't even give, like, a Toru, like, thing.
Even during the sex scene, it was very tame.
Oh, it was really just kiss, done, scene gone. Which, like, also, that's all you need. You don't always need this. You don't need a hentai.
That's true. You really... Listen, yeah, Torimiya said Interspecies Reviewers is making enough hentai that we don't have to do any of those scenes.
Let's do all the good scenes. Like, the relationship building.
Although, I want to know what the manga readers thought of the anime.
Yeah, honestly, that's a fair point. I honestly didn't look up... I don't look up people's thoughts about, like,
like,
anime.
The anime is really good, so if, like, you go on and the manga readers are like, wow... This is so much worse than the manga. You're like, well, how good's the manga? Because, like, with the...
I already read them. I was reading the manga already. I already read the first 3 volumes.
How was it?
It's fine. It's good. It's just like the fucking anime.
Mm.
So...
Well, because, like, fucking, what the hell was that show? The one where people were like, man, if this were... You know how, like, Goblin Slayer, people were like, oh, they sexualized the rape when they really didn't?
Like...
And then...
Yeah.
Like how in Goblin Slayer, how it was like a 3-minute scene that led up to it, and then they cut away from it, and you just hear her screaming, and then, like, which is, like, a whole level of more fucked up than in the manga. But it's just to establish that, yeah, these little fuckos don't feel bad that he's going to do this, and then he literally kills one with a torch.
Like, you had to set it up, too, to be like, You want to know why he's a Goblin Slayer? So he stops shit like that.
Yeah, honestly, like, it's like, no. Don't feel bad that he's about to rip its eyeball out. This is what they do.
It's what they deserve.
But, fucking redo of Healer, the one that did sexualize the fucking rape scene because fucking hentai. The goddamn manga of that is considerably better than the show in, like, multiple ways.
I mean, that was say they were interspecies reviewers, except in the opposite way. Like, the manga was not
that great.
Not even that great. It wasn't like that. Like, there was like that many sexual scenes in it.
Well,
they cut away with it. They just do like the actual review.
Yeah.
And this, they do the review, but they also show like the actual intercourse.
Which Interspecies Reviewers is funny. Interspecies Reviewers is funny and stupid as hell, and that's why it got in trouble.
I just find it funny that fucking Funimation didn't, like,
It doesn't meet their standards.
check ahead of time and, like, oh, there's a hentai.
Yeah. Oh, wait, this is a hentai. Which was great, because then they were like, oh, it doesn't meet our standards. Like, so what does meet your standards?
Not hentai.
You telling me that all of this horrible, terrible shit that you got on your service does meet your standards?
Anyway, so compare Horimiya to another popular slice of life romance show that you actually ended up watching recently.
6 years after it came out to the day.
That's
Not
fine.
to the day. Fucking 6 years after it came out. When did you watch it?
I watched. We're going to be speaking about Toradora. I watched Toradora. I watched the dub when it came out. Oh, not when it came out. Wait, when? Shit. Hold on.
I too watched the dub.
Let's see. Toradora. I feel like the dub came out. Let's see. The show itself came out in 2008. I think the dub came out in like 2010, 12.
I think it was. Oh wow! Wait, the dub came out in 2012.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's been more than 6 years.
Yeah, 2008 is when they came out. Well, yeah, because the whole thing with like, especially like this was like before like streaming service was really a big thing. Most of the time, they don't usually. I don't know. They don't usually. Sometimes it took a while to get the dub. But I could be fully wrong. Actually, let me double check to see if. So
I thought it came out in like 2013.
Like 13. No, it's like 2008.
Jesus. Okay, so yeah. Then what's it?
12 years, 13 years
13
actually.
Years later, finally watched the damn show. I want my fucking time back.
You're that abhorrent about it.
I have not been able to stop thinking about how disappointed I am with that show. Like, I watched it last Sunday, and my girlfriend can tell you, every single day, she's been like, how are you? And I'm like, just thinking about how much I fucking hate Toradora. And literally every day, I'd be like, God, I fucking hate it.
Yeah, I think I watched Toradora, probably like in 2014, 2015, around then. So, yeah, anyway.
The show, up until episode 10, I think is worth it. As long as you don't know what happens past episode 10, I think the show is worth it. Because the story, as it was presented to me, or at least how I interpret it, was that these are two characters who come from dysfunctional families. One of them has to learn to grow up, the other has to learn to act their own age. And they help each other along those goals, with the significant other they want being their end goal. Whereas fucking Ryuji to Minori, Ryuji has to be a parent to his own mother. He has to be a parent to Taiga. He is used to being the father, like the parent figure of someone else. Whereas Minori, they take the time to explicitly show that she's as competent as he is in all regards.
Wait, when the fuck did I say I watched Toradora? Did I say 2014?
2014, 2015. Okay,
I was right then. Because it came out in 2014.
The dub?
The dub. Sorry, okay. I had to just think about it.
They literally will they took the time to show you that Minori is as competent in all manners as Ryuji is, and that he would not have to be her parental figure. Like, that is... It scenes that they expressly divert your attention towards. Then with Taiga, her story is she can't take care of herself. She's too childish. She felt like an outcast from both of her families. She never grew up. That's why he has to take care of her. And then her story, the natural conclusion is with what happens, at least, the natural conclusion is after Kitamaru turns her down and then he gets...
Kitamura.
Whatever.
I know, I'm sorry. I had to.
Okay, cool. Kitamura, after he turns her down and then he himself gets turned down, she takes it upon herself, like, she gets over him without anyone's help. That is her natural through line, that she is able to get over him by herself and then also stick up for him and get the answer as to why he didn't get his answer, and take on that sort of role that Ryuji took on for her, but for someone else. And that's where I think her natural progression should go. That she starts off as an immature child, and she grows up. Ryuji starts off as acting way too old for his age, able to do all manner of housework that you would expect be typical of a parent, and then to meet someone that he finally does not have to engage with as if they are as if he was a parent to them, and then end his story confronting his mother over the relationship they had. They have that moment where they literally have the moment where he confronts his mother over the relationship they have. That is a fact. That is a part they have. They have the setup for this story that it looked like they were trying to tell. But no, none of that was... It was like everything was a fucking red herring, and they decided in the last 10 minutes, no, we gotta get them together, quick. Like, that bit where, at the after the Christmas party, where Minori is just walking past Taiga's apartment for no reason, and Taiga runs out screaming and crying. Like, she shouldn't have done that, and I don't see any reason why she should have been walking past there. Or, like, there was so much... Like, as soon as Taiga's actual dad showed up, I was like, this is about to get really fucking generic, isn't it? This is about to go from a 10 to, like, a 6, isn't it? It went from a 10 anime to a 6 by the end. It was so disappointing. I thought what they were going to do with Ami was that she was supposed to be like a mirror to Ryuji, where they were both having the same issue of they had to both learn to act their age because they had been exposed to this adult life that they didn't know any other way, and that they would have to learn to act their age. And throughout the series, the only character that Ami acts her age around is Taiga. That's the only character she acts childish around, is Taiga. So my mind is, the natural through line is for Taiga to go from needing someone to take care of her to taking care of someone else, being the anchor for someone else when she herself needed an anchor. And Ryuji's through line would be go from needing to be everyone's anchor to accepting that he doesn't need to be someone's anchor, that they can take care of themselves. And that's what I thought that's why they explicitly stressed the fact that Minori's whole thing was that youth is important and you only get it once, so live it while you can. I must be stupid, because it seemed like they both had issues with dysfunctional families where neither one of them understood what true, specifically fatherhood, like neither one of them understood what a real healthy fatherly relationship was. That's why you have shit like when her father shows up, which, let me say, when her father shows up, it is 100% in line with Ryuji's character up until that point to push for her to have a relationship with her father, because from where he is standing, he is not going to have a relationship with his father. He can't have a relationship with his father. His father is dead, as far as he knows. She has the opportunity. So for him to say, you should take that opportunity, 100% in line with his character, something he should definitely do. The fact that Taiga does not say explicitly to him, my father neglects me, he mistreats me, I don't want to be with him. She's not emotionally strong. She is not emotionally competent enough to express all the feelings that she is feeling towards her father to Ryuji. It's fine. That makes sense that she struggles to do it, so then she stays with her father to make Ryuji happy. But it does not make any goddamn sense that needless drama between Ryuji and Minori, when Minori like, it makes sense that she gets angry that the father's back in
the picture.
Taiga's life. It makes perfect sense that she gets angry about it. And you could even have when she blows up at him saying shit like, what are you, blind? What are you, stupid? But there is no reason for her to not, after calming down, go to Ryuji and then explain the situation. She has never had a problem expressing herself or explaining things in the past, and she randomly gets it for this one scene. And then after Ryuji figures it all out for himself, after her father literally texts him like, I'm gonna be a dickhead real quick, so see ya. That was unnecessary. And then they have the scene after where Minori explains all this to Ryuji at the campfire. That scene should have happened before the fucking pageant. She has no reason to be avoiding him. Like, she's unable to say, sorry, I shouldn't have blown up at you. Here's the reason why. She is capable of... She knows why Taiga should not be with her father. She knows what Taiga's father does. Ryuji knows none of that. From Ryuji's standpoint, Taiga does not live with her father. And when Ryuji met Taiga's father is like, oh, I guess she told you about our family. And Ryuji never says, like, oh, I know all this stuff. But even if he does say, I know that she doesn't live with you, that you guys had some kind of falling out, Taiga's father has no reason to explain to Ryuji, like, I neglected her, I mistreated her, and then she finally wanted out, and we kicked her out. He has no reason to say that, because from his standpoint, Ryuji is the fastest way back into his daughter's life. So he's gonna be like, yeah, we had our spats, but I want to make amends, which Ryuji would then see as having a relationship with your father of any kind is the most important thing, because to him, he's never had one. He's never had the opportunity to have one. So someone who has the opportunity to have one should take it in his mind. It would make sense for that to be his logical through line. From the father showing up, the show just starts snowballing into a shit show. And it just keeps going and going and going until eventually it's like, oh, now Ryuji finally gets to tell Minori how he feels. But suddenly, nope, he doesn't feel for her anymore, even though they don't have moments where either Ryuji or Taiga, outside of like they don't have natural moments of them being like, oh, I'm in love with you, where the moments you see of Ryuji worrying about Taiga is in the way that you would see a father worrying about his daughter. She's growing up, she's being married off to someone else, like, she's, I'm losing my daughter to this stranger. There is not a moment where Ryuji, it's ever shown through, like, anything where it implies that Ryuji has romantic interest in Taiga. And Taiga, throughout the whole damn thing, is thirsting over, what's his face? Kitamura. Throughout the whole damn thing, she's thirsting over him. Even after he turns her down and he's living at Ryuji's house for a day or so. She's thirsting over him the whole frickin' time. And then just randomly, it just, out of nowhere, it turns into where she is now romantically interested into him, and he is now romantically interested in her. And fucking the fact that Minori refused to at least let her know was ridiculous. It really was. I don't want to, I will take up 6 hours yelling about this shit.
Well, because I was about to ask, like, is this cathartic for you? Because, like, you're getting all this out, because you were doing, like, a good solid, like, 10, 15 minutes of this, which I was totally fine with. I was just like...
I have a 45-minute recording of me ranting about the show on my computer.
Why?
Because when I first finished watching it, and I was so goddamn, like, pissed at the show, I was like... I gotta get this out somewhere. Like, I was like, I'm not calling up anyone to like say, hey, let me yell at you about a stupid show for half an hour. So I recorded it on the computer.
I mean, fair, but like, you could have went to me about it to begin with, because since I watched it, I watched anime and I watched Toradora.
I did a little bit. Like
you did, but like, I felt like you could have done more.
I absolutely could have done more. The biggest fucking disappointment. I feel the way about this show that a father back in 1920 would feel if their son said, "I'm gay and trans." Like, that amount of disappointment. Like,
we always feel like that's a double entendre. I'm gay and trans, so you like women. Is that what you're telling me? I don't understand. You're a girl now. Okay, so wait, you like women.
Straight with extra steps.
Anyway, yeah, so, because, like, mind you, he just randomly, like, texted me about, like, so I watched Toradora, not that, like, recently. I'm like, oh, how'd you like it? I'm not expecting this. And coming from, like, my experience, since I watched Toradora 2 times in a row fully, first time I watched it, I thought it was cute. I liked it. I feel like, though, now you'll get PTSD every time you come in my room and see that signed Taiga print I have on my wall.
just when I start ranting, like, put me in the closet, close the door, and just like give him a minute. But like, God, no, I want to sit the creator of that thing down and ask him, be like, were you held at gunpoint? Were you forced to change it? Did someone say that they were gonna molest your son if you didn't change it? What happened?
Yeah, I have to see, because, like, I need to read the light novel, there's a light novel and a manga version.
And there's also a game.
There's a game, yes.
And the game doesn't even fix my fucking problems. I looked up the damn game to see the possible routes. The game doesn't even fix the damn problems I have with the show.
Yeah, I want to see how the light novel approached it and see if
Basically the same.
Oh, same, okay.
There's a slight difference in that Ryuji runs into Taiga again at the beginning of their 3rd year instead of the end.
That's probably due to time constraints, probably why they did it like that in the anime.
Yeah, well, also, when I saw people saying, like, because I saw a couple of people saying how disappointed they were with the ending, a lot of people were like, oh man, I didn't like the fact that she randomly just left and came back. I'm like, that's your issue? Not the fact that this show is basically about a father and daughter getting together?
You know how anime fans are. But, okay, overall, if you want my thoughts now, I guess.
I do, because I need to shut up.
I mean, overall, I was like, okay, I don't think Toradora, especially after my second watch through of it, I think my birthday, actually, because I remember my brother got me both sets on DVD.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was nice. But, because I think this was, like, also by the time when Toradora came out in general. It was either I watched it or I heard about it and I wanted to watch it, or my brother heard about it and we watched it together. But I thought it was cute. I thought, like, overall, like, at least in my first watch, I was still pissed off, very much like you, that, Kushida and fucking Ryuji did not end up together, because they were literally perfect. There was no reason for them to not be together. And then the whole, like, I thought it was a little cute at first with, like, Taiga and, like, Ryuji, but, like, after, like, I thought about it, by the end, I'm like, well, even by the time they, like, got together, I'm like, there's no reason for them to be together. There isn't. There was no romantic feelings between them beforehand, and I thought overall, like, okay, with Kitamura turning down Taiga, I thought, okay, yeah, like, I feel bad for her, it's sad, but, like, she doesn't have to be with him, so, like, she can either, be on her own, or, find someone else entirely that isn't in, like, the main group. And
so, I'm about to say something, so I'm holding my mouth shut.
I saw you holding your mouth, so I'm like,
I gotta, cause
okay. I'll
let you finish and then I'll
well,
say.
one thing I will have to say real quick. The fight scene with like Taiga and Kitamura's crush was like very like stylized and like very
I
like
liked it.
It was very fluent. It was like very like out of nowhere.
Well, that's. I thought that was the emotional climax of Taiga's story.
And I agree, because that's what I thought at first too. But so like that was my first watch too, because overall I was like, all right, this is like I'm like, oh, I enjoyed it. Not like Fruits Basket enjoyed, where I think it's a 12 out of 10, but like 8 out of 10. That's how I felt. Then when I got the DVDs and I rewatched it again, because that was like I think a few years after I originally watched it, so maybe like 2, maybe even 3. Maybe even 4 years, actually. I think of those DVDs till very much later. So I would like to say probably 4 years afterwards. So when I rewatched it, I mean, again, the parts I liked was still the parts that I liked. Everything before basically Taiga and Ryuji were getting together. And like, I also really liked how he, when he confronted his mother about like the problems that like, they have in like the relationship, and that they're the relationship that they have, and that they need to fix it or at least work on it. But I definitely remember watching their whole thing getting together. I'm like, it made me more angry than I actually thought it would, and remember that like that this was so forced, and I still hated the ending either way. You both watched through, so I'm like, this is kind of dumb. Like, why the fuck are they meeting each other now? Aside from even meeting together, like it was dumb. I didn't like it. I really didn't. And the show peaked with like Taiga's whole like confrontation with the student council president, and I still didn't like that. Obviously that nothing changed, but like Kushida turned down Ryuji, so the story can go forward with Taiga and Ryuji being together instead of it being either just Kushida and Ryuji, which would have made the most sense, and be healthy as hell and be good. And it definitely dropped my enjoyment of it to like a 7 out of 10. Would I watch it again? Yeah, I would. I would still probably enjoy it. But again, do I think it's godlike or amazing show that look through and through? No. No way in hell. Because like with slice of life shows and romance shows like Fruits Basket, even though that's also a lot of drama, but either way, even like fucking even even Given, even though that's more, that's a show about two, well, really 4 gay guys, and 2 of them being high schoolers, and like, it's not really taking it to the forefront, but like, I overall like the journey that show does with its characters and like the relationship, because yes, okay, obviously it wasn't like a more of a harem, not really. Well, Toradora wasn't a harem, but like obviously yes, like the 2 main characters were basically going to be together, but like
I don't even agree with that. I don't even agree, because their relationship is set up from the moment it starts to end. Their relationship is not meant to last. They're not meant to have that relationship continue. They can still remain friends in some regard, but they even say so in the second fucking episode, how their relationship is designed to end. It is set up so that it will eventually end one day when they are both and they will both be in a healthier mental place.
Yeah. Wait, did I not?
No.
Did I not agree with that?
It's not that you. No, because you were talking about the relationship between Taiga and Ryuji, and it's like that fucking. Their whole thing was around the concept of attaining the person that will make them whole. Attaining the thing that will make them whole. Both of them say that it's the other person's friend. For Taiga, what makes her whole is the fallout of being rejected by the person she rejected and picking herself up. For Ryuji, the thing that makes him whole is another person that he doesn't have to take care of and that can take care of themselves, so he doesn't have to be a father. He doesn't have to be a parent. It's just... Although I do think I would watch it again, just because I clearly was watching a different fucking show. I have not seen a single, if I looked up, Toradora themes of fatherhood and whatnot, because that seemed like the main driving theme, was the theme of fatherhood and dysfunctional families. That was, the main point from what I saw. I must have been watching a different fucking show.
I mean, maybe, but overall, even again, with my first watch, I didn't think they should have been together. I really didn't. I thought it was kind of I didn't think it was cute. Where it was oh, it was I was more exasperated, shrugged, than more
It had the same energy as in The Force Awakens when Rey and Kylo are literally ripped apart by the ground opening up. It was that level of forced.
Which, I have to say, I feel that's very similar to the anger that you show with this show that was not expecting whatsoever, because I also never expected you to even watch Toradora. Mainly because I feel, just because I never really mentioned it in the group to begin with. I think I one friend I made it watch with her. Actually, I don't know if I might have. I had to check with her.
Well, that's because I randomly decided to watch it. But no, I will, fucking that show I'm so angry about, because at the start it's a show about the effects of growing up in a dysfunctional family and and coming to terms with what you've gone through to grow as a person in a fun and unique way, where the story is about two characters helping each other find love with a different character who isn't each other. It was unique, it was fun, it had a really good story with some themes that I really enjoyed, and then they took all of it, flushed it down the toilet, and then lit it on fire, then spat on it, then kicked it out the car on the freeway, then took a shit on it, and dragged it through the mud. I am so fucking infuriated with this show. And
I'm not gonna lie, it's very entertaining to listen to, because, again, I already told you my feelings. That's, it's 7 out of 10 for me. But I did not think you would have this intense of a feeling for this show. I figured it would have been, oh, it wasn't that good. I didn't like it as much. Okay, but you just had,
because it was almost beautiful. It was almost beautiful. It was almost an anime that I would call a 10 out of 10. I don't call a lot of... My favorite anime is a 7 out of 10. I do not call a lot of animes 10 out of 10s. It was... The setup of the beginning had this show on track to be a 10 out of 10. I was genuinely enjoying every second of it. And then after the 10th episode, more and more I started caring less and less, to the point where in the last 5 episodes, I genuinely contemplated skipping around. I was like, I don't really know. I was like, can I skip 10 seconds ahead or something? I never did, but at the same time, it went from, the show was, I would have called it a fucking masterpiece. From the show that I thought I was watching. And then the show that I got was a 5 out of 10.
Well, you dropped it a rating.
It's between a 4 and a 6.
I do have to say that, shit, you may lose my train of thought from that. I guess to that might be a show that maybe you and I have to watch together and riff on. Maybe you'll enjoy it slightly. I
won't riff on it, but I'll point out to you.
Either way,
I'll point out to you the moments of paternal bond that they have. The fact that she has him sew her fake boobs. That's not something you ask the person you like to do.
No, I didn't. No,
that's the thing you ask your mom to do.
No, I know. I never thought that. No, I didn't. I never thought that they didn't have a father-daughter relationship. I thought they had one. I didn't think there was any. I said there was no romantic feelings in my head between them at all. And then again, it was thrown in there at the last minute because Kushida and Kitamura denied both of them. So therefore, well, someone needs to get together by the end. So let's make it them.
And the worst part is there is never a moment of equal tenderness and meaning between Ryuji and Taiga compared to when Minori and Ryuji are on the deck at the beach house and they're talking about aliens. And it's subtle. Yeah. It's not outright saying what they want to talk about. And the tenderness and the intimacy in that scene is never repeated between Taiga and Ryuji.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope. Never.
Ryuji's story should have ended with Minori. Taiga's story should have ended with her helping Ami. Because Ami says to Ryuji, we're walking the same path, I'm a few steps ahead of you. And at that moment, that's true. But then by the end of the story, Ryuji should have been ahead of her because she doesn't progress. Throughout the series, Ami basically stays the same. She starts off ahead of Ryuji. Well, once she joins the main cast, she starts off ahead of Ryuji, but then Ryuji should end up ahead of her, and then Taiga would help Ami continue down that path.
So to try to cap this off, just so you don't get too stressed about this.
I fucking hate this show.
I was going to actually just like extend a little bit, just more so like, who will legitimately do you think is your favorite character from the show? That's all.
Well, I'm gonna have to give it to the most consistent Ryuji. Ryuji is downright the best character in that show. Like, no, bar none, Ryuji is the single best character in that show.
Yeah, definitely top 3 characters for me would be Ryuji, Ami, and Kushida. I'll be honest. I know that's not like great, but
I'd say
I like all of them. I like those 3 the most. Taiga was okay for me. I thought she was fine. I liked her for the most part, again, until basically, she ended up with Ryuji. But overall, I'm like, alright, I vibe with this. Then, she's not bad, but then...
I can't remember Ryuji's friend's name.
Kitamura,
right. I'm never gonna remember it.
I know you won't. I'm just saying.
Because I keep calling him Kitamaru. But, yeah, I would say Ryuji, Ami is definitely 1, 2. See, I'm torn because Minori is fantastic until she's not.
Well, exactly. That's why she's like a 3. Because Kitamura is okay, but
I would put
he's too nice guy, and I feel like he's not. I don't know. I didn't like him as much as compared at least to Kushida's.
She's more fun,
and that's I like fun.
I agree with you. I like fun too, and Minori is a lot more fun. But my issue with her is that she's good until she's good and she's awful.
Not. Yes, no, and
so I have to give 3 to Kitamura, whatever.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't mean to keep correcting you because
you only corrected me once. I'm trying to correct myself. What's it?
Kitamura.
All right.
I only remember them now. It's because I think about it in their voices. Because just I don't know why.
I remember them because I fucking hate it.
Clearly.
I would put him at 3 just because he's just more consistent. The show is a plot-driven show, so I'm if it was Problem Children and you put Minori in Problem Children, yeah, she'd be number 2 right after Izuyoi. But that show's driven by its stupidity. That show's driven by stupid shit. It's driven by how long until Izuyoi fucking solves the problem.
Yeah.
It's let's bumblefuck around until he solves the problem and then boom. This is a plot show. The characters have to be consistent for... I'll shut up.
I will have to say, though, to go away from that, before we get into, the mini... I guess a mini topic. It's not really a big one. It's just really more, I think, venting. Either way, I do... because I'm really sad that Fruits Basket is ending now next week. This Monday is going to be the last episode. I'm going to actually cry when it ends. But I do hope you end up watching that because I do feel like you'll at least have more of enjoyment out of it. And
I do like Fruits Basket.
well, yeah, but like you haven't watched the reboot.
That's true.
And so you get the actual whole story, and they fix a good amount of things to where like the pacing's better because like I said to you before, like
Yeah, but do they stupidly say Kyo's name a lot?
I mean they just say Kyo, I guess.
No. But like there was a fucking. Have you ever seen? There's like a compilation of them saying his name of like Toru saying his name, and it's just really funny because it's like Kyo. She says shit. She says it like fucking that.
Maybe I had no idea.
It's really funny. I'll have to look for it.
Oh, you mean Kagura? Because she was the one that really says Kyo's name like that.
Maybe.
Because Toru was just, Kyo.
I might be remembering it wrong, but it was just like a compilation of people saying Kyo's name really stupidly, and I was like, this is fucking fantastic.
But like, yeah, because like I've said before,
this fucking character.
Like, straight up, like, one of like Toru's friends, you get like her backstory in the manga, like volume 7 or 8, I think, and it's very random. It's not like, oh, blah blah blah, and then like the episode focuses on Saki, and to like whatever. It's just like out of nowhere. It's like, oh, beach episode. Okay, now here's Saki's backstory. Like, what? They do it in a more clear fucking through line, and besides it's beautiful looking, I think overall like I feel like you'll like, especially like a lot of characters were introduced in the original anime and now you'll see them, and so you'll have that, and I feel like Rin will be your favorite character, but that's besides the point. At least your favorite girl. She was not in the.
She was not?
Nope.
Okay.
That's why.
I said the name does not sound familiar.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because, like, Rin and.
She's Toru's sassy black friend.
No.
Yo, that would be fucking anime of the year if they gave Toru a sassy black friend.
I think overall you'll like the plot of it better because obviously, yes, the romance is like a decent chunk of it, kind of. But the plot is still the plot.
We both know the exact reason that I'm watching, and that's for the rabbit.
He'll be German in this one.
No, not the actual rabbit. The fucking green rabbit. The true form.
Oh.
That cute little fucker.
I'm like, green. I'm like, oh. Technically he's not green.
Is he not green?
Technically, well, maybe, I don't know. I don't think in the original he's like more brown. Or like, yeah, like dirty brown.
Is he? Oh my god, he is brown. Why do I remember him as green?
Oh,
because he looks fucking green.
Yeah, okay, in the original he looks more greenish.
Yeah.
He still looks creepy either version.
What are you talking about? He's so cute.
I mean, like the face, it's like very scary.
So
it's like, that one's a little more scary.
No, he's so cute.
That one's more scary than this one. This one looks more.
I disagree. I think he's got adorable little nose. I fucking this thing is adorable. I love this thing.
Well, yeah. Overall, I really still think it's a fantastic fucking show, and I cannot wait. Are you gonna?
I thought she was a centaur the first time I saw that. The first time I saw that, God. I thought she turned into a centaur.
Alright, I think that might do it for this episode of What's New Play 2.
Wait, we forgot to mention that John McAfee was Epsteined in prison.
Alright, go for it.
John McAfee posted a tweet a while ago saying that he is not suicidal and that if he ends up dead, it's not suicide. And guess who was found dead in his cell in, a Spanish prison in, by air quote suicide, John McAfee. So guess what? McAfee got Epsteined. Except, maybe this time it was by the U.S. government instead of pedophiles. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know how big a gap in difference there is. Yeah, McAfee was murdered.
Also, getting a PS5 is a pain in the ass. I fucking hate you scalpers. I hate you... Yeah, I just hate you scalpers. And bots. Because you all fucking suck.
And OnlyFans might be getting rid of its NSFW content.
Which is funny as shit.
Yeah, it's like, what else is there?
Anyway, I guess we'll see you guys next. Or you know the drill.
You will hear from us when you hear from us, and that is the end of story.